Today we are going to discuss about elastic constants. There are three types of elastic constants. One is Young's modulus, modulus of rigidity, and bulk modulus. So first we will see about the Young's modulus. You take a bar or cylindrical rod, whatever it may be. If cross section is square or rectangle, then it is bar. If it is circular cross section, that is a rod. When it is subjected to axial load, there will be a change in length as well as diameter. Length will be increasing, diameter will be decreasing. Length will be increasing, diameter will be decreasing. Now, change in length divided by original length. That is linear strain. That is linear strain. And change in diameter divided by original diameter. That is lateral strain. Here, length is increasing. So the linear strain is positive. It is positive, but diameter is decreasing. So change in diameter divided by original diameter, that is lateral strain, that is negative. So now Poisson's ratio is lateral strain by linear strain. It is denoted by 1 by m or mu. Most of the case we will be using mu. In some book 1 by m also used. Now what is Young's modulus? What is Young's modulus? Stress by strain is equal to Young's modulus. Stress by strain. Already we have discussed. Stress by strain is equal to Young's modulus. One of the important term Poisson ratio also. It is lateral strain by linear strain. Now volumetric strain. Volumetric strain. Whenever anybody is subjected to load, there will be a change in dimensions. So volume also, ultimately volume also will change. So change in volume divided by volume is known as volumetric strain, right? Now you consider a body. It's a rectangular body. It is subject when it is subjected to load. Is a original length, is a breadth, is depth. When subjected to load, there will be a change in dimension. There will be a change in dimension. Now, change in length, that is delta L. Change in breadth, that is delta B. Change in depth, that is delta D. Delta L by L is equal to what? It is a longitudinal strain. So delta D by L. Delta L by L. There are three forces are acting perpendicular. Then the strain along x direction is delta L by L. That is Ex. Strain along x direction, that is Ex. Similarly, strain along y direction, delta B by B, that is Ey. And similarly, strain along the vertical direction, that is delta D by D, that is Ez. Now, volumetric strain is equal to Ex plus Ey plus Ez. Ex plus Ey plus Ez. That is a volumetric strain. If you want to calculate along x direction, that is delta B dB, delta L by L, that is Ex. Strain along x direction. Along y direction is delta B by B, that is Ey. Along z direction is delta D by D. If you want to calculate volumetric strain, you add all three, Ex plus Ey plus Ez. That is for rectangular body. Now we see a circular a cross section, that is a rod. So here also, here when it is subjected to a load, the strain along x direction, that is delta L by L, the same delta L by L, but y direction and z direction, both are same, both are diameter. So both are delta D by D. So that is what the total strain is given, delta L by L plus delta D by D, 2 times delta D by D. But this one Ey is equal to Ez. Ey is equal to Ez. Ey is equal to Ez, that is delta D by D. But here also volumetric strain is equal to Ex plus Ey plus Ez. But Ey is equal to Ez. So this is for cylindrical. So now what is meant by modulus of rigidity? Modulus of rigidity is equal to shear stress by shear strain. Already we have discussed this. What is shear stress? Here see, this is tensile, this is compressive, this is shear. This is shear. Now you can see an example. So this is an single rivet. This is one plate, this is another plate. Both the plates are joined by a rivet. When load is acting, a failure will take place at the junction. So this is the type of failure is shear failure. The type of stress is shear stress. Shear stress is equal to P by A. This cross section area we can put. Now this is double shear. Now this is double shear. There are three plates are joined by one rivet. When loads are acting, here also failure may take place. Here also possibility of failure. So total area is equal to 2A. Tau by tau is equal to shear stress is equal to P by 2A. Now modulus of rigidity. We have seen already Young's modulus. Stress by strain. That is Young's modulus. What is modulus of rigidity? Shear stress by shear strain. Shear stress by shear strain. That is modulus of rigidity. What is bulk modulus? Direct stress by volumetric strain. Direct stress by volumetric strain. So these are the three elastic constants. These are the three elastic constant. What are they? One is Young's modulus. Another one is modulus of rigidity. Another one is bulk modulus. Young's modulus is stress by strain. Modulus of rigidity is shear stress by shear strain. Bulk modulus is direct stress by volumetric strain. Now we have a relation between all these three. There is a relation between all these three. The relation between Young's modulus and modulus of rigidity. G is denoted by modulus of rigidity. Mu is Poisson's ratio. Mu is Poisson's ratio. Now Young's modulus is equal to 2G into 1 plus mu. 2G into 1 plus mu. Young's relation between Young's modulus and bulk modulus is Young's modulus is equal to 3K into 1 minus 2 mu. 3K into 1 minus 2 mu. Right? This is another relation between the Young's modulus and bulk modulus. Right? Now let us solve a problem. Solve a problem. Right? In this problem, our objective is a circular rod of 100 millimeter diameter and 500 millimeter long is subjected to a tensile force of 1000 kilonewton. Determine the change in volume if the Poisson ratio is 0.3. Young's modulus is 2 into 10 power 5 Newton by millimeter squared. Also determine the modulus of rigidity and bulk modulus. Right? Now we'll discuss this problem. This is a problem, right? What are the data given? What are the data given? This is a circular rod. Circular rod. What is the load? 1000 kilonewton. 1000 kilonewton. What is the diameter? Length is equal to 500. Length is equal to 500 millimeter. And the diameter is equal to 100 millimeter diameter. Diameter is equal to 100 millimeter. And other data are mu is equal to 0.3 Poisson's ratio. And Young's modulus is equal to 2 into 10 power 5 Newton by millimeter square. Now you solve this problem. To solve this problem, what you have to do? First step is you find the stress. You find the stress. What is stress? Sigma is equal to load by area. This is tensile load, so tensile stress you will get. What is the load? 1000 kilonewton. 1000 into 1000. We convert kilonewton into Newton divided by area. Pi by 4 d square. How much d? 100 d square. You will get the stress. Strain is equal to Young's modulus. So what is strain? Stress by stress by Young's modulus is equal to strain. So this will give you a linear strain. You can use this equation to find the Ex. Already we have calculated the stress value. You substitute this. You substitute here. Young's modulus is given in the problem. It is 2 into 10 power 5. This will give the Ex. Strain along X direction. Strain along X direction. Now we have another equation. We have another equation. What is the equation? Poisson ratio mu is equal to lateral strain by linear strain. Linear strain. Now this is linear strain. This is linear strain. So here we want to find lateral strain divided by this value you know Ex. You substitute the value of Ex. Using this equation, you will be able to find lateral strain. What is lateral strain? Here in this problem, Ey is equal to Es. Both are lateral strain. Both are same. So Ey is equal to Ez is equal to, you multiply another Ex with strain, mu into Ex. Mu into Ex. So always, if you want to find lateral strain, here Ey or Ez is equal to mu into Ex. Or we can say lateral strain. Lateral strain is equal to mu into Ex. Mu into Ex. So now we have calculated Ex, Ey, Ez. Now total Ez you calculate. We calculate, that is Ex plus Ey plus Ez. Now we calculated volumetric strain. Now volumetric, what is volumetric strain? EV is equal to change in volume by original volume. From this, original volume is equal to, we want to calculate delta V, change in volume. Delta V is equal to EV into volume. What is volume? Volume is equal to pi by 4 d square, area into L. For this material, volume is equal to what? Pi by 4 d square into L. By using this equation, you can find delta V. You can find delta V. First you calculate the stress, then you calculate the strain along X direction, then multiply this with mu. That will give Ey and Ez. Add all the three. That will give Ev. Now Ev into volume is equal to change in volume. Change in volume. Now we calculated the change in volume. First step is over. Change in volume. What are the other things? We have to calculate modulus of rigidity and bulk modulus. So we have an equation. We have a equation. Already I have told the relation between Young's modulus and modulus of rigidity. E is equal to 2 times G into 1 plus mu. Mu is 0.3. G we have to calculate. Young's modulus is 2 into 10 power 5. Already it is given in the problem. You substitute and find the value of G. Another relation, G is modulus of rigidity. Then another relation is E is equal to 3 times K into 1 minus 2 mu. Mu is 0.3, E is given. You can find the value of K. What is K? K is bulk modulus. Now we calculated change in volume, modulus of rigidity and bulk modulus. This is the way you have to solve this problem. So answer is given in the here. Longitudinal stress is equal to load by area 127.32. Stress is equal to 127.32. Linear strain, that is Ex is equal to this value 63.662 into 10 power minus 5. Then lateral strain, Ex into mu. Another thing, it is important. While substituting the lateral strain, you have to put minus. Because when load is acting along the X direction, length will increase, but diameter will decrease. So you have to put minus. So lateral strain is Ey and Ez are minus. So all three we calculated. Finally, you calculate the volumetric strain. Then change in volume is equal to volumetric strain into volume. So this is the way you got to solve this problem. Now, another problem. It's an important problem. This is important problem. Here, in the previous problem, only one load was acting in a cylindrical shaft. But here it is a triangular bar. Triangular bar subjected to sigma x, sigma y, as well as sigma z. There are three loads. Now, for this here, everything is given. Dimensions, length is given, thickness is given, breadth is given, all loads are given. Our objective is find the change in volume. Find the change in volume. That's what we need to calculate. I will explain this problem. So this is sigma x. This is sigma x. This is sigma y. This is sigma z. This is sigma z. Here I have taken all the forces are tensile. Sigma x, sigma y, sigma z. First, we will see the theory. We will see the small derivation. Assuming that all the stresses are tensile. All the stresses are tensile. Now, I am interested in calculating strain along x direction. Strain along x direction. Right? Now, when the load or stress is acting along x direction, there will be three strains. There will be three strain. What are they? When the load is acting along x direction, a strain along x direction. There will be a strain along x direction, and strain along y direction, and strain along z direction. Three strain. Sigma x itself will produce three strains. Out of these three, the strain along x direction is linear strain. Strain along y direction and z direction are lateral strains. Lateral strains. So linear strain is positive, lateral strain is negative. Similarly, sigma y also produce three strains. It will produce three strains along y direction. That is linear strain. For as far as sigma y is concerned, load acting along y direction is the deflection. The strain along y direction is linear strain because it is acting along y direction. Other two direction, x and z are lateral strains. They will be negative. This is positive. So that also will create three strain. Similarly, z also will create three strain. Along z direction, it will create a strain. That is linear strain. X and y directions are lateral strains. Now totally 9 strains. Totally 9 strains. Now we are going to see. We are going to combine along x direction, y direction, and z direction. Right? Now first let us see the strain. The strain acting along strain produced due to x, sigma x. Right? You know how to calculate the strain along longitudinal strain. How to calculate? We know because sigma x is acting. What is the strain? Sigma x by E. Young's modulus is equal to strain. Right? Stress by Young's modulus is equal to strain. So this is the strain acting along the x direction. Due to sigma x, another two strains are there. One is y direction, another one is z direction. What will be the value along y direction? That will be how to calculate lateral strain. We know Poisson's ratio is equal to lateral strain by linear strain. So sigma, this is lateral strain due to sigma x, but it is acting along the y direction. Similarly, there will be a strain along z direction also. What is the value? Minus mu into sigma x by E. This is we have seen three strains. All are due to sigma x. The load due to load along x direction. This is linear. These two are lateral, but this is along y direction. This is along z direction. This is along x direction. But this is positive. These two are negative. Now you see the sigma y. When load is acting along the y direction, here it will create a linear strain. What is a linear strain? That stress sigma y divided by Young's modulus. That stress divided by Young's modulus. In the same time, in the x direction and z direction, lateral strain will be developed. How to find the lateral strain? Mu into linear strain. What is linear strain? Sigma y by E. sigma y by e. Here also mu into sigma y by e. Now let us see strain due to sigma z. Strain due to sigma z. Sigma z also will create a sigma z also will create three strains. One is linear, another two are lateral. Linear will act along the z direction. Linear will act along the z, but it is plus. It is plus sigma z divided by Young's modulus. This is linear strain. Other two direction it will be a lateral strain. So minus mu into, to find lateral strain, you multiply mu with linear strain, that is sigma x by z by e. Here also minus mu into sigma z by e. So these are the three equations. If you want to rewrite these equations, ex, strain along x direction, ex is equal to sigma x by e minus mu into sigma y by e minus mu into sigma z by e. Ey is equal to sigma y by e minus mu into sigma x by e minus mu into sigma z by e. Similarly, Ez is equal to sigma z by e minus mu into sigma x by e minus mu into sigma y by e. These are the three equations. These are the three equations. Our objective is what? We want to calculate change in volume. Change in volume. Change in volume by volume is equal to volumetric strain, that is Ex plus Ey plus Ez. Now here we don't know sigma x, sigma y, sigma z. Young's modulus are given in the problem. Young's modulus are given in the problem. Mu are given in the problem. Sigma x, sigma y, sigma z. All three you have to first calculate. What is sigma x? Sigma x is equal to load px by area ax. What is the load px? Px is equal to 40 kilonewton. 40 into 1000. Sigma x is equal to how much? It is 40 kilonewton divided by area. What is the area? Cross section area. Cross section area you see that is 40 into 20. This is a cross section area. It's a cross section area, right? That is 40 into 20. That is area is equal to 40 into 20, right? So this will give sigma x. What is sigma y? Sigma is equal to py divided by ay. What is py? This is 200 kilonewton. The sigma this load is tensile load, but this is compressive. But we derived assuming that all are tensile, but in the problem it is compressive. So minus, if it is compressive, you put minus 200 into 1000 divided by cross section area. What is the cross section area for this? This is a cross section area. How much this value? 50 into 20. Sorry, 500 into 20. 500 into 20. This will give sigma y. Sigma x we calculated. Sigma y you calculated. Similarly, you calculate the value of sigma z. What is sigma z? Here the value load is this much, 300 into 1000. This is a load. What is the area? Area is equal to this area. This is a cross section area. How much? 40 into 500. 500 into 40. This will give sigma z. Now we have all the values. We have sigma x, sigma y, sigma z. The equation you substitute and find the value of Ex, Ey, Ez. Now you substitute in this equation. You find the volumetric strain. What is the volume? Volume is equal to 500 into 500 into 40 by 20. 40 by 20. This is a volume of this rectangular bar. By substituting all this, you will be find the delta V. You can find the delta V, change in volume in millimeter cube. You can find. Now, let us see this. Let us see the answer. So this is stress sigma x, sigma y, sigma z. Then strain Ex, Ey, Ez. You substitute all the values. Substitute all the values, it will give. Finally, volumetric strain is equal to EV is equal to Ex plus Ey plus Ez. Volumetric strain. Then change in volume EV is equal to change in volume delta V is equal to volumetric strain into volume. That is 36 millimeter square. 36 millimeter square.